Now, okay, then this is a really great point, and I want to just bring something else to light here, where this happened to me a little while ago, where we had a situation. A purchaser was making an offer, so a buyer was making an offer to buy a condominium. The the realtor did not disclose that there was a special assessment in the building. So that was not disclosed in the listing. We saw it in the status certificate. They were redoing some Kitec plumbing.
Oh boy.
Okay.
No.
Each unit each unit was assessed at about $5,500. That's a special assessment which my purchaser would have been on the hook
To pay.
if this deal would have gone through in the way that the deal was structured. But as soon as we saw that, my buyer was still interested in buying the unit, but he didn't want to pay for the
No.
50. So it ended up actually being part of the negotiation.
Nice.
We negotiated it out to make the deal happen. The seller was going to pick up the tab for that special assessment.
Okay.
And
Right.
that
Yeah,
was discovered through the status certificate.
Important piece of paper.
Yeah, it's important. However, Lou, you brought up a really complicated issue. And what
I know.
the Kitec plumbing, because Kitec plumbing is often the responsibility, if it's in the unit, of the unit owner.
Correct, yeah.
And the condominium corporation really doesn't have the right to special assess. So I'm not sure. In your case, it could have been a special assessment because it may have related to common elements. But if it's within the unit, usually they should put something on the status certificate saying like that there is Kitec plumbing and that the unit should replace its Kitec plumbing. So, Kitec has been a very, it's a topical issue. And
Right.
in fact, I just bought a condo unit which had Kitec, and I bought it because I knew there was Kitec and I knew how to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to get a mortgage, it was an issue.
See?
Really?
I don't know if, so you got to make sure that you make sure that the condominium corporation is sort of monitoring it, that before you make sure that your financing is in place or that you get a commitment and that you disclose the Kitec. And also in terms of getting insurance, there was a bit of an issue with the insurer being satisfied about the Kitec.
Yeah. Well, and you bring up a very interesting point. We'll have to draw this conversation to a close very quickly. But the other thing that I've seen as well, where the Kitec plumbing does exist in the building, it's not being addressed because the board has decided not to address it. Right. So they know it exists, but they're not dealing with it. It's just lying dormant. And the fact that there is Kitec in the building, they're not disclosing in the status certificate because there's no attention being given to it whatsoever. So I'm seeing that as well. So Denise, we're also seeing people buying condominiums that have Kitec plumbing in the building, but it's not being disclosed. They don't know.
Ooh.
They don't know because the condo in the condominium corporation within the status certificate is not disclosing it. So we've seen that as well. So this is why it's important to have a real estate broker as well as a lawyer on your team to make sure that when these purchases are being made, the due diligence as much as possible is being looked after at the time of purchase.
And just so the listeners know, Kitec it's bound to leak just by
It has
its nature,
the potential.
Right?
It has
Yeah.
the potential.
Okay, and I have some comments on that.
Okay.
You could
Real quick.
talk about.
Real quick.
If they've had Kitec plumbing and there haven't been any issues, and if they have an engineer that says there are no issues, then there may not be issues.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that there's Kitec in the plumbing doesn't necessarily mean that it's a terrible thing.
Correct, of course.
Yeah.
That's a great wrap. Thanks so much, Denise, for joining us.